A Royal Marine has beaten the world record for the longest individual solo drum roll. Sergeant Bugler Graham Stephenson has managed more than 12 hours to pass the previous record. It's all part of a series of challenges set by the Royal Marines in their 350th anniversary year. A warning: Ali Gibson's report contains flash photography.
It's 7 in the morning, and whilst most people are getting up for work, Sergeant Bugler Graham Stephenson has already been awake for much longer than that. Since just after midnight, drumsticks in hand, he began a world record attempt on board Her Majesty's yacht Britannia. And he's already a world record holder, having been part of the Royal Marine team who broke the longest group drum roll record in May.
The two biggest problems are the strength in your wrists, the fatigue in your wrists and your fingers, and also just keeping awake. It's not so bad now. We've got through the hardest part of that from midnight to now, but so now it's basically just keeping your wrists supple.
12 hours and 3 seconds was the time to beat for the longest individual solo drum roll. Every hour he was allowed up to a 5-minute comfort break, but only drumming time would count. For the world record, the whole attempt had to be filmed, and there are strict rules.
It has to remain consistent, and that's the nature of a drum roll. Is a consistent noise, drum roll, right from start to finish. So he's not allowed to kind of waver from that or falter from that or stop or stumble. It's got to be evenly played right the way through.
In the 350th anniversary year of the Royal Marines, knowing that this challenge is raising money for the Royal Marines Charitable Trust Fund was a huge factor in keeping him going, as was the support of his colleagues.
We were just playing word association games and, you know, spinning old stories and things like that.
And you've also obviously, you know, been here for him for all kinds of bizarre requests this morning. Tell us about one of the things you had to do for him in particular. Yeah, well, it was the early hours of the morning, and he just shouted at me from across the way, and I went over, you know, quite urgently thinking something was up, and he just needed his nose scratching.
A few hours later, and Scotland's press gathered for the big finale.
We've now got the general public on board Her Majesty's yacht Britannia, and excitement is building as Sergeant Bugler Graham Stephenson edges so closer to that world record title. He's now been drumming for 11 hours and 45 minutes. Just a few more minutes to go until he becomes a world record holder.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Job done and world record complete.
It's a bit of relief now the record's done. I'm happy, I feel fine myself. I'm happy to crack on with it for another few hours. But the pressure's off now. The record's broken, and that's a bit of relief now, yeah.
And obviously thousands of pounds raised as well.
That's the most important thing. More important than the record is how much money we're getting in buckets or people text in and donate through the text messages. Yeah, that's the important thing. The record is just a bit of added extra to that.
3, 2, 1.
He may have done it, but in true Royal Marine fashion, the drum roll continued as Sergeant Bugler Stephenson hoped to raise even more money for charity with every beat. Ali Gibson, Forces News, Edinburgh.